Okay, today I'm going to do a quick review video on this little air compressor I picked up at Lowe's. It's a Kobalt air compressor, and it does a fairly good job. I think I paid $50 for it, so for the price you get what you expect. I would say it's good but not great. So what I'm going to do today is show you some of the features. So if you're thinking about buying one, you see this video, maybe you can make an informed decision on whether or not it's something you need. I bought it to air up the tires on my little homemade cart here. These are 30 PSI tires. This thing will go up to 120 PSI, so you can use it to air up a car tire or something that takes more pressure than that. It comes with some needles that let you plug into the hose so you can air up a football, basketball, soccer ball, or whatever. First off, the power. You see I've got it plugged up to an extension cord. You can plug it up to your house power, or in the side compartment there's a little power plug that goes into a power point in your car. And I'm going to bring the camera closer and do an up-close shot of all the features. But first off, I'm going to use it to air up the tires. And let me bring the camera over here so you can see what I'm doing in detail. Okay, first off, here's how you work this thing. So in the end, you've got these little compartments. There's one on that end, one on this end. And these doors are pretty cheap. This is one of the things I really don't like about it. When you buy it brand new, this hose is coiled up inside here, and this compartment's barely big enough for that hose. So here's how you work it. The hose is pretty cheap. It's got these little cheap connectors on it, which is what you normally get when you buy a hand pump for something like a bicycle tire. Let me show you how you put this on. You have to put it on the nozzle like that, and then pull the little latch down. All right, let's see if you can get a better picture of that. All right, and then you preset your pressure. All right, so right here you have an up arrow and a down arrow. So I've already set this to 20 psi. So once you set it to 20, and by the way, this tire is a 30 psi tire, but I'm just going to go to 20 psi. So you push the go button, looks like a play button, and it just airs it up. All right, so you notice it automatically turned off. Okay, so that's one of the things I like about it. It turns off when it hits the preset. So now if you want to take it off your tire, you just pop your little latch, and usually it pops right off. Okay, so it took about 30 to 35 seconds to air up this tire, and that was from 0 to 20 psi. So again, let's look at this thing, how this works. You got this little thing here. You put it down in your on your nozzle like that, and you push your little latch down. That locks it in place. That makes an airtight seal. So this thing is pretty cheap. This is one of the things I don't like about it. They could have done a much better job than putting these cheap hoses on. And if you look at the end of it, see if I can get it around where I can show you. This hose goes down into the unit. There's no way to replace this hose. So if you tear this hose up, you know, your unit's no good. You'll have to take the whole thing apart. And I don't even know if you can buy these. I looked online and I could not find them anywhere. All right, so let's look at the other end. On the other end, you got, well, that's a bad shot. On the other end, you got this port right here, and that's your power port. So if you take this with you and you have it in the trunk of your car, somewhere out on the highway, and this thing is 20 feet long, by the way, plugged up to a standard cigarette lighter style port in your car. And again, this thing connects down somewhere inside your unit through a hole down in here. So if you tear this up, you'll have to just buy another one, which is probably what they want you to do, or you'll have to take the whole unit apart and repair it. So that's one of the things I don't like. Let's look at the back of it. On back of it, the power cord goes in right there. There's no strain wrap on it, so you could probably pretty easily get your cord in a bind and jerk it out. In fact, there's actually some play in the cord. It'll go in and out of that hole a little bit. They should have sealed that up better and made that a watertight seal, and they should have put some strain wrap on it so that your cord grabs the side of that hole really good so that it won't go in and out and pull, or I'm sorry, go in and out and play like that. So when I say play, I mean it actually will move around the hole. It'll go in the hole and out the hole about a centimeter. All right, so on the back you got this light, which is okay. I mean, I guess it's decent. It's not really good enough for a light if you're out in the middle of nowhere at night and you got to air up a tire, but it's better than nothing. So on the back, they show you the typical car tire. You do up to 35 psi, SUV up to 50, bike 50 to 100. I've never aired my bike tires up that much. And balls 4 to 15. So, all right, let's look at the top. Open the top. You got a couple of needles for a football and a basketball. You got this little thing. I don't know what that's for. I've never used anything like that. Then you have another spare adapter right there, which goes in here. Again, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a really simple device. I'd give it a rating, I guess, of good but not great. They went cheap, like the doors are on. They went cheap on some features, like the doors are cheap. The cord is really cheap. The hose here is really cheap. When I bought this a couple of months ago, I think I paid $50 for it at Lowe's. I just checked the price a minute ago, and now it's $75 at Lowe's. So for 75 bucks, I mean, I guess it's okay. If I had to buy it again, I think I'd probably keep looking around and buy something that's a little bit more rugged, or that has a better hose, or maybe an interchangeable hose, something where you could put on a new hose if this hose tears up. Because I've had these type hoses before, and this absolutely will tear up. This cord, I don't know if I said it, it's 20 feet long. You know, you can't replace this cord without taking the entire unit apart, and I know this is going to be one of the first things to tear up. When you're out in the country somewhere or on the highway and it's really dark, it's easy to get a hose or a cord like this tangled up around your feet or around something else. And I don't know, they just could have done a lot better job on some parts of it, but for the price point, I guess it's okay, and it definitely does the job. So anyhow, there you go. Thanks for watching.